Last time we discussed several key points about Tritoma being Luffy's mother. Today, let's continue the analysis. Fourth point, numerical foreshadowing. Oda loves to play with number games, involving codes, birthdays, or homophones. For example, the bounty amounts of Zoro and Sanji correspond to their respective birthdays, among many others. The number 56 frequently appears in relation to Luffy, as it is a homophone for Gomu, rubber. And Tritoma also has clues related to 56. The pattern of her ear and hair strands forms the number 56. Also, in the only two panels featuring Tritoma in this chapter, the shape of her mouth resembles the letter D. Of course, relatively speaking, the D point is a bit far-fetched. But when it comes to numbers, if one number appears, it might be a coincidence. But when two numbers appear together accurately, and they happen to be Luffy's representative numbers, that carries some weight. Fifth point, looking at the timeline 42 years ago, Tritoma was on Gloriosa's ship, still young, probably only in her teens. However, this aligns very closely with the age of Monkey D. Dragon, who is now 55. Then, 22 years ago, when Dragon met Vegapunk, Dragon was still part of the Righteous Army. He revealed his intention to form an army and change the world. After that, the Righteous Army gradually evolved into today's Revolutionary Army. This period also coincides with Tritoma's reign, Luffy's birth, and Hancock's capture and enslavement. So, piecing the timeline together, the story might be like this. 19 years ago, Dragon and Tritoma had a son, Luffy. But Dragon was busy traveling for the sake of the revolution, with no time for romantic affairs. Dragon left Luffy with Garp. Hancock's capture also happened 19 years ago. Thus, with no successor, Tritoma, concerned about the safety and future of Amazon Lily, ultimately did not follow Dragon to sea. Later, due to their long periods of separation, she suffered from lovesickness for years and passed away over a decade ago. So, you get the feeling that these symbols associated with Tritoma can completely form Luffy's healing smile. The numbers in her ear and hair texture, the mouth resembling 56, Tritoma's red and yellow colors, black hair, and all these elements. Although Oda has emphasized that mother is the antithesis of adventure and never intended to introduce Luffy's mother in One Piece, if we were to visualize what Luffy's mother might look like, it would probably be something like Toritoriyama, right? Want to see more plot analysis? Like and follow. The next update will be out ASAP.